Hey, what's up, you lovely people? Welcome back to another video. And as you've seen in the title down below, yes, I'm going to be doing a Hinge replacement slash repair. And obviously, I'm doing it for the HP Pavilion 14-ce1509sa. Sorry, I had to go and remind myself a little bit there. Just an FYI, this is my girlfriend's laptop. She's been using it a lot for her uni work at the moment. And obviously, there's been a massive problem with the hinge. She couldn't really like open it and close it that well, so we're gonna go in, take a dive in, and replace that for her. With enough said, let's transition onto a bird's eye view on the laptop repair. Right, so guys, hello, welcome to the bird's eye view of this beautiful laptop in this kind of like chrome rose color, which I really like. For starters, there's 3 screws where my finger's pointing right now. You got one on the far left, one in the middle, one on the far right. Also, there's 2 hidden ones under these rubber feet. If I pull this one back, you got one there. And if I peel this one back, you got one there. So they did these 2, which is quite interesting. That's attached to the hinges underneath, which I thought was pretty nice. It's to secure it a little bit more in place. And also these 2 ones are dummies that actually don't have screws. I think if I pull these feet back, sure, they have, yeah, they're fakes. They're not actually real. For starters, what you want to do is actually get yourself a screwdriver kit. Obviously, I've got myself an Overal one that provides like all the little screwdrivers for mobile phones and laptops and computers, so this gets the job done. This is just a guitar pick that I usually play with, but I actually managed to find one, and so I'm going to use that to pry open the back of this plastic covering off of the laptop today. So obviously we're going to be using a guitar pick, and obviously we're going to be using a screwdriver. Let it focus. Thank you very much. Make sure to secure these and put these screws in somewhere in a safe place where they don't roll away. I've got mine on kind of like this mat here, which is textured, so it doesn't let the screws roll away, so that's really helpful for me. But for you guys, so it's probably handy to get yourselves one of those like magnetic trays, or even just like a little container that will store the screws in there. Make sure to take some pictures along the way as well, so you know what screws go in which and where your components are and what you put back together. You know what I mean? It's nothing like crazy, but these steps help prevent you from like getting lost whilst doing a repair like this. For me, because obviously I've got a textured mat, and if you lot have a textured mat, just separate the screws away from each other into like groups of how many you're taking out per stage. So obviously I took 3 little screws out for the bottom 3, and I took out 2 screws at the top. So I'm going to put those in 2 separate groups so then you don't lose them. To anyone that is new to the channel and has done these kind of repairs before, let me know in the comments how it went for you. You know, it's nice to get some more people involved in the community that we're doing. So yeah, don't be afraid to text and comment away. Another thing that I really want to tell you lot is make sure that your hands are nice and dry. You don't want them to be sticky or have some sort of sweat on them. It may sound weird, but it will affect the components a little bit. It's not a major concern, but just make sure your hands are nice and dry, because you don't want to get any of the components moist, because it can cause corrosion and cause further damage to a laptop or computer. So obviously at this stage I'm just going underneath and prying it away. It might be a bit more difficult for anyone who's prying into it for the first time. Obviously, because these are come from the factory, they will tighten it down to the T and get it quite nice and tight. I had a lot of problems trying to get this open, but we're now getting there. So just a quick fair warning for anyone who's doing it for the very first time. Whew. Guys, this laptop is looking lovely and dirty. Might have to give a bit of a cleaning montage at the end. To anyone that is watching this video and is following so far, this might look a bit confusing to you. Don't worry, we're going to go through it together. It's not as complicated as you think it is. There's a lot of things going on, and I'll just guide you through it step by step. That's what this video is about. So anyway, for starters, what we want to do is make sure that the laptop is powered down and powered off, because you don't want any sort of extra charge being into this battery, and then it will shock more of the components, leading it to being fried components, and then you have to pay for a new laptop or something. So this big square thing here is your battery, and obviously you got some extra bits. So you got the Wi-Fi card just up here, you got the SSD just here, which is nice to see, and NVMe, and you got your RAM stick here, your cooling all the way up and across there. Fan's actually not as bad as I thought, but I might still have to give that a little bit of a clean later. Like I said, you're going to see my sausage hands. And there you go. The final one has been taken out. So we're going to put the group of 6 screws over to the right side of the laptop, and then we're going to focus on taking this bad boy out. This little lip here is connected to the battery, so how you want to do it is grab the 2 sides on the bottom of the battery, lift it up ever so slightly at a slight angle, gently pull away. Obviously put this to one side where there's no material that can create any sort of charge, because that can fry the battery or fry any of the components when putting the battery straight back into the laptop. So guys, if I quickly zoom in here, you don't need to take this Phillips head screw out at all. All you need to do is disconnect this antenna. You can just go under it and just slightly pull. Oh, there you go. And usually it follows a little like guidance up here, and you could just gently take that out and then put it to one side. Right, okay, so now I've just flipped the laptop upside down, so then you can kind of see what you're working with on like this kind of view or this different angle. So this guy over here, I'm gonna actually move it and zoom in on it as well. It's not hard, it's not that difficult. Just to lift this little black latch here, and then you can remove this ribbon cable over here as well. Hey. Oh, did I get that on camera? So basically you got like a purple ribbon here, and then you got a little latch that stops the ribbon from coming away, and then there you go. You can gently take this cable away. Beware in mind, it is stuck to some tape over here, but don't you worry, you can just literally gently pull that away. It won't make a difference if you rip it. It's literally just to keep the cable down so then it doesn't like move about and stuff. Now everything is disconnected, you can go and take the screws out where my screwdriver is pointing to, and then as soon as those screws are being taken out, you can then take the screen away from the keyboard and the whole motherboard set. And like I mentioned in the previous steps, you want to put these screws in their separate groups so then you don't lose them and you don't mix them up with any other screws as well. I've just taken the screen off camera, but how I did it is I put the laptop on its side, opened it, then gently took the screen away from the keyboard. It's not that hard. It's quite fairly straightforward. You lot can easily do it yourselves. So I'm not showing it off on camera, plus I don't have enough space to do it on camera. So what you got now is you got some hinge covers at the bottom, and they're quite easily to pry open. They're just done with some clips, so it's quite easy to do. So I'm going to do that now as we speak. I'm pretty sure you can just kind of pull away, and there you have it. That's one open down here. Oh my god, it is dust heaven down there. It is interesting, but I'm going to do the exact same with the left one. It should not at all be wiggling like that. As you can see, the difference over here is that it's stiff as anything. It doesn't move, it doesn't want to be moved, and this one, it wants to be free because it's broken free. You got this plastic frame that has the webcam on the top, so you want to start prying that away from the hinges. I would probably use a guitar pick again, or some sort of a plastic prying tool. Sorry, my English is getting stupid. And then after that, you can gently remove that away from the bezel of the LCD panel, and then you can go out the hinges and replace them. Alright guys, we're back in business, and you can see that this left one is hanging on to dear life, and it's really bad. Right guys, we got some bad news. So this hinge is actually come completely off. I did not pry anything for this to happen, because you need a lot of force for this to actually happen. So before I even got this laptop, my girlfriend must have done something really bad, because it's now ripped out of the, look, it's damaged the plastic housing. See if I can do a temporary fix on it for now. These ones on the right, they're actually attached to the plastic frame at the bottom, and these ones on the left, they're not. The only way I could probably fix this is actually taking the screws out from the plastic bits and try and like super glue them and fix them back onto here as a temporary fix. This is a major concern though. This was not a part of the plan of the video, and I'm a bit concerned, but we should be able to get past this barrier. Yeah, as you can see, there's like a metal line that goes all the way up, and it comes to the right just here. And then yeah, on the top right, you got the exact same situation. There's a screw on the top left corner that you unscrew, and then you can take away the whole metal framing out. Right, okay, so I managed to actually take the hinge off. I did it off camera. What I did is I actually managed to get my guitar pick, get under the left side of the panel, which had some tape on it, some adhesive tape, so I had to like pull on that, so then it just loosens the left side. I'm going to leave the right side alone because that doesn't need fixing at all, so I'm going to let that be. On screen, we've got the new hinge as the replacement. It's really nice, it is really good quality, and obviously if these were back in place, we would like do that and get it up and over to the right and have it back into place. But like I said, we'll try and get this fixed as soon as we can. Oh god, right, you know, we're back. It's a really like wonky fix, but I did use some like Loctite super glue brush on, just to give that better application. You know, oh god, it is used for like metals and stuff, so this should do the trick. It should keep it down for now, and then we'll get the new hinge put back into place. Man, obviously this video was not meant to go this way, but you know, these things happen. You know, it's kind of good to show off kind of what my way of going about of fixing this is. And then obviously we can lift the left side of the screen up. It's quite loose now, and then get the hinge back into place, hook it back in, stick it down, put the bezel, put the framing back on, and put everything back together again, and then we're good as golden. It's quite easy and straightforward. So like, you see where my finger is, there's kind of like this little hook cup kind of shape, and as long as you put like this joint against it, it all fits itself into place. And then as soon as you lift that screen up and then move the hinge off to the left slightly, it literally guides itself back into place where these latches are, where these clips are. And obviously we'll be putting the screw back in at the top. Let the super glue set as well underneath the plastic frame, and hopefully we can put the screws back together, and then hopefully it won't be affected or damaged. If you followed me and put the screws into separate groups, then you won't be having any sort of struggles putting everything back together. So we'll start off with the screw up top right here, and then we'll do the same to the top right corner as well. Alright, cool. So the top two screws are back into place, one on the top left, one on the top right. I'm going to let this glue sit for a little longer, probably about a few minutes. I'll get a drink, and then we can get everything put back together. Alright, so while we're here, we're going to give this a little bit of a clean. We're going to clean off the copper heat pipe you see up in the top there. Give the fan a little bit of a nice clean as well. So hopefully my girlfriend can get a nice fresh laptop. There you have it. You know, besides the little sticky situation we had when we dove into the hinge, where the plastic frame or the plastic threading actually came off, it was a bit frightening, and it kind of threw a spanner in the works. But you know, besides from that, we actually managed to get a workaround. Hopefully my girlfriend would love it and she would appreciate it, because a lot of people were saying to her when she went out to find other people to repair it, people were saying there was £90, £100, £120, and even some people told her to go and get a brand new laptop just because the expense of the repair. You know, someone like me who's an enthusiast and likes getting my hands on things and like to repair things, you know, it goes to show that you don't need a lot to do it. Literally the part cost about £16, and it just took me to get some tools and just take a little bit of time out of my day, and there you go, you got a brand new working hinge. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you lot enjoyed the video today, and I hope you lot got to the end. And if you did, you guys are the real OGs. You guys are legends for doing so. And also, most important, if you did enjoy it, consider subscribing, liking, turning those notification bells on. I'm going to be posting these videos, you know, every 2 weeks on a Wednesday. I'm going to be doing some repairs, how-tos, reviews, etc, etc. And most importantly, if you do have any questions that I don't answer in any of my videos, make sure to catch me live every Saturday and Sunday at 7 p.m. Oh, 8 p.m. My bad. Guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.